Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a casted game. Today, spawning in the north side of the map, we have number 1 on the ladder, rank 1, JSS.RecoN. A lot of you might know RecoN from other RTSs. Been playing a long time, had a lot of impact in the AOE 4 RTS scene, so rank 1 on the ladder coming out here, playing as Poseidon. On the other side of the map, we have AC playing as Odin. AC currently rank number 24 on the ladder, so this is a top of the ladder matchup. I'm really excited to watch this game. We've got a really fun matchup here with Odin and Poseidon. And I've been waiting for a bit. I've been waiting for some new replays to pop up on AOM.GG. The challenge is a lot of the replays there were on a previous version, in which case you cannot spectate them. So I've been waiting for the other patch to come up, and we're going to go have a good time watching this game. Hopefully we can watch this whole thing and I can get this posted out there. I have not watched this game yet, so I'm looking forward to it. I do have to start work in just under an hour here. You know, I do have a full-time job, so hopefully we can get this out, get this recorded. I don't think we'll have an hour-long game, but I guess there's no way to know. So let's talk about this matchup. We've got Poseidon versus Odin. We do expect to see some early aggression from Odin. Let's see what kind of build order we've got going with AC here. We're looking like we're getting out on hunt early. Great Hunt was used on the zebra to get that additional value, and so far only 4 villagers out on food. We did create 2 dwarfs, so a bit slower of an age up time that we're looking for, and we've got 2 gatherers on wood, and then I imagine everything else is going to go into food, actually going up to 3 dwarfs. So if you remember in my last casted video, I did have some critique about too many dwarfs in the archaic age. It does really delay that classical age timing, but you do get more units out after you age up. This is one of the things I like about Thor, is we don't need to spend our early gold on dwarfs, so we can actually age up quicker with a stronger economy. But AC looking like he's going to look for not a quick age up, but just a pretty standard age up time here. Let's run over with RecoN. Similar sort of setup, really. We've got just 1 on wood, 1 on gold, the rest going on food, so we may see a faster classical age. Temple already going up from RecoN. And on the Poseidon side of things, both of these civs are very interesting. We've got very strong food economies for both of them through the Great Hunt and through Lure. Have we gotten any upgrades in Lure? I haven't been keeping an eye on the upgrades, but I don't think we've gotten any yet. No hunting dogs, so no... Excuse me there. No reason to get that. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the whole map. Let's do a quick relic review. What do we got here? Hecate's Torches, God Powers recast. Lower cooldown, lower favor cost. Pretty solid relic there. Texam Home Tap, buildings constructed faster, not great. What do we have here? Scales of Inchinda. So this one I'm going to quiz myself. I believe it's Myth Unit, bonus defense. Oh, Myth Unit's cheaper. Okay, so 15% Myth Unit's cheaper. That would be really solid for Poseidon. I do imagine that we're going to have Hermes coming up and looking for Centaur, so very solid. And then I missed one. Oh, and we've got the monkeys. Okay, group of monkeys coming out. We'll see if anyone picks that up early. S-tier relic. If you are interested, I'm going to go ahead and link it. The quality on this video was not great. I do apologize for that, but we did a group tier list of all of the relics. Very in-depth. We got a group of 3 on that went through them, and we did settle with the monkeys in S tier. These things do some serious damage, you know. Villagers can't take these on by themselves. They add good front line. The only downside to the monkeys is they're very slow, so you can't really keep them with your army effectively. Alright, so we do see age ups coming up, Hermes coming through as expected, and then we have Freyr coming in a bit later. So here's the challenge I see with the late age up if you're going to go Freyr, is I don't know that we're going to see a lot of value out of this Valkyrie coming out over to RecoN's base, because we do already have the age up here. We went Hermes, we have the Centaur out. Let's ride around along with RecoN and see where we've got that Centaur running. Looks like Centaur's coming right out to the middle of the map. We're going to do a little bit of poke there. He does find the monkey's relic. I imagine someone's going to be going for that. And here's the Valkyrie. You can see this is the challenge with making the dwarfs Odin, getting that later age up. This Valkyrie may not get a ton of value. You know, one interesting thing is that we had RecoN cast this lure out by the chickens. I do like this because then the lure doesn't lure the chickens, but they're already there, so you can keep farming. But the problem is, here comes the Valkyrie, and the Valkyrie's going to come in and do some damage here. We got to think, villagers got to be aware, got to pull them out. But here comes Atlanta, just getting that hero out right in time. And this is what I'm talking about with that slower age up from Odin, is you don't get as much value out of this Valkyrie. And with Atlanta available, you can see she's just going to go ahead and run this thing down. What's the move speed difference here? We got a 5.8 for Atlanta and only 6 for the Valkyrie. So the Valkyrie will get away, but that's going to be incredibly difficult to raid with. So really nice from RecoN, anticipating that early rush, getting out Atlanta, very fast hero unit that Poseidon has, and he's just going to keep it chasing the Valkyrie, make sure that this thing isn't going to come back to the base. I do like that. We've got the Scout, we got the Hippocon, and we've got the Centaur coming out, and he's going to try and kill this thing, getting it pinned into a corner here, but I think the Valkyrie is going to be fine. Let's see what's going on over back at the base. We've got more on gold inside of here. We've got a lot of wood, decent amount of food, pretty balanced econ coming out from RecoN. Let's check out AC. Let's see what he's seeing. AC, he's got a raid in his base, got to be aware. Gatherer going down, definitely. So one villager going down, and I think that's all he's going to be able to get. We do still have Atlanta in here, but with the Berserker available, I don't know if you want to take this fight. You probably lose it. You know, your Valkyrie is going to go down very early. I don't know if you should chase this far. This is, yeah, we want to get out of here. I guess he wants to try and secure this hunt. Makes sense there. So this is going to be a point of contention, and we do see Ravens out, just kind of posted up, looking for hunt. You can see the reduced vision range on these. They really can't see that much. So this one, just keeping an eye on the woodline goats and TC, and then here we're keeping an eye on the hunt. So I do like that Raven usage, and a bit of a scrap going on, but not enough units out from RecoN at this point to handle this. Once the Hearser got over, this is a lot more difficult. I would like to see, rather than Berserker, a couple of Herdmen coming out, because all we've seen so far from RecoN is the Hippian. So some Herdmen, they are faster than the Berserker. They do have the bonus damage versus Calv. We would like to see that, but so far he's securing the hunt, looking great there. Let's ride back over with RecoN, and we do see, it looks like one relic was picked up. We did get one relic picked up. Which one did we get here? Oh, we've got 2. We've got Scales of Achinda. Are there 5 relics on this map? Text of them home tap. Oh, it's just still on the minimap. So we got a bug on the minimap that's showing it. There are not 5 on this map. So Monkey's still not picked up. Oh, and we've got a raid inside of the base. So we do have the Hippian coming in, doing some damage, at least causing some idle time. I don't know that they got a villager there. It does look like there's still pretty even. It might have gotten 1, so 25. We do have the menus a bit reversed here. Sorry, I wish I could flip those to match what they look like on the map, but we cannot. Okay. So let's go ahead and ride on with ACC, kind of playing on the back foot here. And we do see Winged Messenger coming in. So we do have the Pegasus that is going to spawn and keep coming out. I do like to see that from Hermes. And so far, it looks like we got a bit slower of a game. Going to keep aging up. I'll go ahead and move to normal visibility. And looks like we've got this army coming out here to protect the wood. Valkyrie retreating, getting beat up by the Hippias as well as the Centaur. But we've got the reinforcements coming in here. Very nice. Just keeping an eye on that TC. Keep an eye on the hunt still. And going to push back. Overall, pretty slow game at the start. Couple of raids back and forth. But you got we got a raid coming in the base right now. Same thing coming in. And it looks like RecoN's doing most of the aggression. So let's ride on with him so we can see that aggression coming out. But we do expect kind of a slow game here. Again, these are 2 top 25 players. RecoN is the top player on the ladder right now. So very competitive game. We did get the tower upgrades. Would have liked to see this a bit sooner. And I would like to see the, I'll have to remember what the tech was called, but the tech 150 gold, 150 wood makes it do more damage to cavalry. I would like to see that because that's basically all we've seen out of RecoN so far, and he is playing Poseidon, so I expect we'll see more of that. And I do think that we'll hopefully see a class or a heroic age rush from RecoN here pretty soon. Looks like he's starting to stack up some of these resources because we did have those Dionysus buffs. I am curious to see if he goes Dionysus to get the life seal on the horses. Pegasus Scout sees the army here. We've got a couple armies posted. Another raid going to come through. These horsemen being so effective, just delaying, you know, the advancement time, parking right under the towers so they can't get hit. I like that. And here comes a fight. We got them coming in. Horsemen v. horsemen. And it looks like RecoN's just going to try and escape here. And he's got Atlanta with them just as fast. I love that mixed into a Centaur horseman combination. And looks like they're going to be all right here. They're just going to run on back. And at a certain point, I think RecoN could turn, take this fight. I actually think he would do fine in this fight. You've got Atlanta take the Valkyrie. I think you could take this. Looks like he's going to try and pull his other horsemen. Look for another raid while this is going on. Pulling back. And Pegasus Scout following the military. Where is this military going here? And still no one's picked up the monkeys, which I am disappointed to see, because those monkeys could make a bit of a difference in these early fights. You know, you look at the Berserker, and one of these Berserker could not take on those 6 monkeys right now. We ran some tests, so even with the medium Berserker, they would lose that head-to-head, 1 Berserker versus 6 monkeys. So take that for what you will in the value of the monkeys. It's basically some extra infantry to have, or some harasses. Recon gonna park his units down to the south here. Got a scout in the TC. I do like how both players are doing this, just scouting out the TCs. You know, if they see their opponent go to TC, they'd likely do the same to keep up. And we do have the age ups coming in through here. We've got Aphrodite, so still sticking with Aphrodite despite the nerfs. I was hoping to see a bit of Dionysus in here, although I do believe this is on the updated patch, right? Because we do have the Raven reduced line of sight, so I was hoping to see Dionysus, but we're not going to see that. We are seeing Curse come out regardless. A bit of back and forth poking here again. Nothing crazy going to happen. Just posturing, making sure that the opponent is aware of them. And the age up's going to come through right now. So we do have that age discrepancy. Let's see how Recon takes advantage of this. We're going to go ahead and ride over with him, see if he looks for a push, looks for a timing attack. Curse, very powerful. Nemean Lion, very powerful. Let's see what his economy looks like. Bit of a farm transition here. Look at these farms. Man. The graphics on this game are so much better than what they used to be. You just got to appreciate. Oh, and we got a raid coming in from the top, so we got to get out of our zoom mode here. Let's take a look at this raid, see what's happening. Villagers pulling back. Finally, it looks like AC getting a successful raid of his own. He does take out a couple of villagers, and now he's just going to run out, try and retreat this whole army, loses 1 raiding cav, but if the rest of this can get out, the Valkyrie can heal them up. Hippias, I should say, a bit slower. Oh, actually, the raiding cav, that was weird. It showed 5.1 for a second. Let's ride on with ACC, because I believe they're 6. Yes, they are 6, so slightly faster. Valkyrie, same speed. So should be able to get out here, heal these up. I'll get back to my normal zoom. He does spot this relic here. It actually looks like he has not spotted the monkeys, or did we already grab the monkeys? No, he has not spotted the monkeys. Has anyone spotted the monkeys yet? Oh, it looks like it has been picked up. Let's see who got that. Yep, okay, so we've got the monkeys coming out with the lions and centaurs. And you can see this. This is why the monkeys can be a challenge, is look how slow this army moves now with the monkeys. All right, we got a little bit of ships through the night action here. So we'll see how Recon responds to that, because now we've got both armies on the other side of the map. Let's go ahead and see the full map here. We've got Recon picking off some reinforcements. No, we got AC. He said he's going to go just look for raids, and we have the same thing happen on the other side. Buildings going up. We do have buildings construct faster here. The monkeys slowing down the army, and it looks like that relic might actually get this up in time. Frost coming out just to slow down these troops and make sure that we can get some more gold in here. The dwarves keeping them safe with the frost, so I do like to see that play. We did have the age up just come in for AC. He's going to do a little bit of damage to these units, but most importantly, the dwarves get to keep working, and ceasefire comes out. Pretty interesting ceasefire. Looks like it was because of what's happening over here. We had a raid from AC onto the gold mine, no units in the area, so good ceasefire to take care of that. We need to get a bit more reinforcements here, maybe something to take out the Raven that keeps sight on this. And let's check back in. Frost should be coming up here pretty soon. We got 15 seconds till Frost comes up. Another mountain giant, or frost giant coming out here for AC. I think this fight looks pretty good for AC. We just got to see how much damage that Recon's able to get on these dwarfs, because he's keeping these dwarfs right in the middle of the action to keep that gold production. Curse coming out. We do get some pigs dropped, and this is going to be a very close fight right around the citadel, right around the hill fort here. We've got dwarfs still mining gold. One frost giant going down, the other frost giant fighting. Oh, he actually seems to escape here, but he is going to go down, fighting in the back line. And this is looking really good for AC, actually. A couple of dwarfs getting hit, but I haven't seen any go down yet. We've got the first one about to go down here. One dwarf casually. Great centaur usage of the special attack there to damage our dwarfs, and they're going right back to mining. And it looks like AC is actually going to clean up here, pushing back the army. And what other armies do we have from Recon out right now? Not a lot. It looks like this could be a quick push. He is going to respond by getting a fortress on that gold. He knows he doesn't have the army to defend this, so let's get a fortress there. We do have Padromos coming out to try and counter some of the raiding cav that are coming in here, and we're just sticking with the very simple Norse army here for AC. We've got the heavy berserk with the medium raving cav. I'm sure we're gonna get that heavy raiding cav in here pretty soon. They're building a lot of these, and he does manage to snipe. This is the thing about Curse. If you use it in a situation where you're not surely gonna win this fight, suddenly you know, each of these pigs, we've got 150 food right now, but up to 300. We've got about 2,000 food there just gifted over to ACC. And that's going to be difficult to deal with as he starts to push out. We've got this army here, and then we got ACC's army. Let's ride along with him and see what he's going to do. Let's go to our regular map here. So ACC checking out the gold. Still no TC expansion, just using a husk scroll to build up some reinforcements here. I do like Norse using walls just to make it more difficult to raid villagers. And really leaning into the frost giants. He's created a couple of these, so using his excess gold to get some frost giants out. Can't really mass them too much. You can see favor is a decent constraint. He's only got 7 favor right now. And as far as recast ability, we probably only expect to recast Great Hunt maybe later in the game if there's still Hunt on the map. And we do have the walls going down. These walls paper thin versus this army. These villagers got to get out of here. Didn't drop off beforehand. Could have dropped off maybe 100 gold there before he ran these villagers out. And why not just garrison them into the citadel, into the fortress? Does he think this is going down? I mean, pretty big raid here from AC. And where's RecoN's army? You know, is that going to be popping up over here? Are they going to be defending? You would not want to see this fortress go down. This could be really bad. Here comes the army. Maybe we just got 4 Hephaestus coming in. These aren't going to do anything to raiding Calvin. That citadel goes down. And maybe we should at least have the militia fighting here. We're just going to run them out. Villagers going to get hit more. But we do have a raid back in the other base. But it's just the Padromos. So these aren't going to do that much damage to villagers. You can kind of see Oxcart's fine. Villager, I mean, he might pick up one. Looks like he'll get one. The other one should be able to get away. Whereas back in his own base, RecoN, finally the Hephaestus coming out. But you can see this isn't a very big infantry army from AC. So AC is going to be able to take this fight. He's got the Frost Giants out. One of them still with really good health here. He is going to end up pulling back. But look at all that idle time versus what RecoN was able to accomplish with the Padromos. We might be getting an upset here. This is looking really good for AC right now. AC pulling out. He did go for the Frost Giant upgrade, so we've got these bonus Frost Giants. See if we can get them out. They're kind of locked in with this wall. You got to think this one's going down, especially with Hippolyta just hitting that back line there. Oh, Hippolyta actually shifts, but we should see that Frost Giant go down. It looks like AC looking to retreat, coming back out of the base, but, you know, damage successful, getting a great haul up. Going to take this fight. Frost Giants using their special attack, pretty solid. These will probably all go down. The Padromos coming in with the additional army from AC. This fight is all over the place, but the Hephaestus numbers, you know, versus the North Infantry, we need to just see more raiding cav coming out, I think. We're looking straight counter units from RecoN. He's just going straight Padromos and straight Hephaestus, a little bit of militia, and the monkeys mixed in, chasing him out of his base. Pretty good defense, but we'll have to see that idle time affected RecoN. He did get the great haul up. Monkeys doing work. You see they do decent damage there. Probably going to be sieging down this great haul with the monkeys. They're going to go ahead and leave it. So still raiding cav coming out. Units retreating. And do we have any age ups coming in soon? Not yet. Looks like we've got RecoN did upgrade the Nemean Lions. We've got Nemean Lion Rex coming out here. Love to see that, spamming them out. Fortress up, and still hasn't picked up Hecate's torches. I do question this a bit from RecoN because the recastability of his god powers are actually quite strong. You know, Curse definitely recastable, Ceasefire definitely recastable, only 75 favor to recast. So you know, with this relic we're dropping that down to 66, 67. I would like to see that pickup for the time that it takes to grab it and run it to your temple right there, but maybe he just doesn't intend on casting any recasts. So Monkey gonna go scouting out. Look how slow these guys are, my god. And that's the only thing, because the stats you can see pretty decent. 5 attack. The Hephaestus have 7. Obviously it's a counter unit, but nothing to laugh over. I definitely think S tier relic here. And it looks like at this point we just got both civs, you know, shoring up their defenses, building a couple walls. We did see 2 TC for RecoN. I don't believe we see that for AC quite yet. No, we don't. No 2 TC action going yet. Getting out on the goal with the dwarves. Dwarves are quite low. Maybe it would be worth parking a Valkyrie there for a bit because these guys are susceptible to raids. So I would like to see the army parked here. Let's heal those up. We got another gold mine being targeted here. Market came out just for some trading activities. Man, I am really zoomed out here. Look at that. Let's go back to our normal zoom. And here comes the Nemean Rexes coming in, taking out the walls. These walls, absolute paper compared to this army. And looks like we've got another hill fort going up, buildings constructed faster. This relic actually getting some usage here. That 10% could again make the difference like it did earlier. We might have to revisit the strength of this relic, particularly when it comes to getting palace type buildings up. Look at the speed on that. 10% faster. I don't know why we don't take this fight right now. We've got hill forts everywhere. Maybe he just wants to gather up his forces a bit more, but this looks good with the raiding cav versus mainly just to pass this. Monkey's getting in, and we're getting a siege here. We're getting a bit of a fight. While this is happening, we do see the age up going up for tier over. Oh, so that's going to be very exciting. We got tier coming up for AC, and we got this fight coming out. The hill fort doing really good damage. I don't know if you want to take this fight as Recon. Look at the numbers. He is getting decent damage on the dwarfs, but these are Hephaestus. They aren't going to be doing the most. We don't see a single dwarf going down yet. We've got one making it out through the gate, others scattering, but it is idling out the production. But the fight here, Recon not winning this fight, getting pushed back. Look at the numbers. The numbers from AC are just way better. What do we have for Recon? Does he have more coming in the base? Just Hephaestus and Nemean Rexes. I don't think he can take this fight. We got to retreat back to the walls. We do have walls. We do have gates. We do have the gold mine protected. So nice job from Recon preempting that. But again, taking a losing fight. And now we do have that age up coming through any second now. We got tier coming through. AC going to be putting the pressure on. Coming in a couple seconds. Wall going down. Fortress going to be attacked. Let's ride on with AC. Let's see what he does here. Fimbulwinter immediately coming out. This is going to completely stall out Recon's economy. He did pull his military units back to the TCs in advance. Couple villagers going down, though, to these wolves. Should have seen this coming, maybe. We do have Artemis in response. But the question is Recon going to be able to hold this push? Fimbulwinter with the double TCs doing double damage to his econ. Really good pickup there. Fortress is going to go down. Looking really good for AC here. Can he actually do enough damage to make this last, though? We've got the econ stalled out. We don't have any sort of infrastructure going down outside of the fortress, and these numbers are starting to dwindle from AC, so AC might need to retreat here. He's going to keep looking to stall out that econ. Fimbulwinter does time out here. Really good use, but I think he's going to have to retreat here. Fenris with blood coming in. Oh, I'm getting tongue-tied. This is a crazy game going on here. We do have archer units coming out now as well. We didn't see a lot of those earlier, but medium Toxotos, and that's going to destroy these throwing axemen. So we do see AC retreat here, go back through the wall. He's going to ride back. He did get this TC up. I do like to see that. Since your opponent has 2 TC, you do need to get on 2 TC. You do have the extra defense, can get farms. It does secure this gold. I do like this push, and we're going to have a retreat here. So now what we're looking at, we do have Mythic Age coming for Recon. This is a very rare Mythic versus Mythic games for rank 1 matchup. Love to see that. You don't see this very often. Usually games are decided much quicker. We'll see how much of a use he can get out of Earthquake, and let's ride along with Recon to see how he's going to approach doing that. He's got the Pegasus Scout. He could just fly the Pegasus Scout in here and take out all this infrastructure. You take out the TC, the towers, the production buildings, that could do some significant damage. A little bit of a raid here from AC. He's going to prevent the fortress from going up, but we do have the heavy hoplite. They should be able to clean up these units easily. We're just going to see a bit of villager damage, some idle time, and it's pretty good amount of kills here. So AC keeping up the pressure. Going to start taking out these walls. I do think you should do this as the Norse, is just hit walls when you can, because you do generate that favor production. Definitely worth doing. Looks like the raiding Calvin, the Valkyrie, still running around in the base, and this is just everything you don't want as a Greek player, building up your defenses, building up your farms, having opponents' units in the bases. And I really got to question Recon keeping these monkeys connected to his main army. Look how slow everything's moving because he's got the monkeys group. In my opinion, the monkeys, just send them to this gold mine. Cause idle time, you know, send them to a gold mine, send them to wood lines, send them to hunt, get them on the map doing their own thing. Don't keep them with your armies. It's free harass units, so not the best way to use the monkeys here. And we do have the push in coming in. Still no threat of earthquaking anything from the side of Recon. He does have it available and ready to go, but he's locked in on his own base. I gotta think why we don't have Temple of Healing here if we did go for Apollo. If we get that Temple of Healing, look how much stronger this army starts to look if we get full health bars. I would like to see that come up. Still hasn't picked up the relic for recast. And we can see Recon isn't floating favor. He's using it for units, so maybe that's why he hasn't picked up the relic, is he knows that's his game plan going in. Wouldn't hate to see AC try and snag this. You can see up to 100 favor. We could recast Fimbulwinter potentially if this goes well. And again, the building's constructed faster, actually proving value on the Norse here. And he's going to take this fight. Oh, we do have Earthquake used in the base, though. The Pegasus Scout flew through. Absolute destruction for the infrastructure for AC, but that's all done and dusted. So let's look back at the fight here. Throwing Axeman numbers looking really good, and we do have champion throwing Axeman. This Earthquake did do significant damage to AC's base, but when you look at this, I think he can just rebuild this up pretty quickly. Villagers getting out, building houses, building ox carts. He's going to pull back some units to rebuild that town center at some point here. No rush on that because he does have the pressure still going. Got some raiding cav going back, and it looks like this is going to come back up just fine. Just need to get some military units here, convert a berserker to get that TC back up, because right now, you know, these caravan without the ox cart, the TC for drop off, reduced time there, but maybe he's not even going to make the TC. Maybe he says, I don't need more villagers, I need more throwing axemen. And the throwing axemen coming out, and look at this hoplite army is going to get absolutely destroyed. Throwing axemen kind of stuck in the front. You can see the stun from the Nemean Rex, very effective second stun coming in from the Nemean Rex. These throwing axemen actually getting shredded from that, but the Hillforge doing damage and no siege from Recon to take this out. So that Hillforge doing free damage. Got the Ravens with the army. Interesting choice there. We need to get those Ravens out on the map, looking for areas to harass. Monkey's still here with the main army. We do have Polyemphus coming out. Huge hero crush damage to take down this hill fort. I think this is going down. It did, you know, we didn't lose too much of the army here from AC, so not looking too bad. And if you excuse me, everyone, I'm going to zoom in, enjoy this fight, because I need a drink of water. My voice is getting sore from this. So let's just take a look at this fight. Oh, that tastes good. Wow, this is a long game. We're 26 minutes in here to this game. This game is crazy. And we've got two fights now going on. Oh, we found gold gatherers. A ton of the champion berserker coming out, absolutely wiping these resources. This could mean big problems for Recon here. If we go look at his map, does he have gold mines available? He's got the one, but it's about to fall out. These two gold mines are being denied by AC, and I think he's found his win condition. If you don't have gold, you don't have an army, and maybe that's why we saw some shifts in the units coming out here from Recon, because he's struggling on that gold. His fortress is going to go down. This was his last available gold mine. There's one more out here not defended, but we'll see if he even finds that. And at this point, looking at Recon, we've got 200 gold in the bank, almost no other resources, using everything outside of favor. Could be pretty close to recasting Curse here if we picked up this this relic Recon. I'm just going to call that out here. You know, my lowly 1200 elo self versus your rank 1. I do think that might have been worth picking up. And we're sieging in on the TC. I don't know. I don't think this is enough damage because Recon doesn't have access to gold. It's about to run out. It is officially out. Where does he go from here? We do have the market he put up to try and trade to get some more gold, but right now he's got nothing. He's got to retreat here. He can't keep reinforcing units. If you look at the population down to 120 compared to AC's 154, the Chimera getting low, and this is not looking good for Recon. I think we might be having a game-ending push here from AC, closing out the game versus the rank 1. I would be interested to see here from Recon. Let's get a trade route going. You know, we don't have any units from AC down in the corner. We can get a decent trade route, fix this gold problem, because right now you've got 16 gold. You've got no way to produce units. You've got no sort of aggression on the map right now, and you got to imagine that this economy from AC is just booming. Let's take a look. Tons of units on gold here. We've got units on gold here. We've got tons of farms. Town center did come back up. We still got the relics in the temple. It's looking really good from AC here. I'd be pretty shocked if Recon finds a way to win this game. Just looking at the current map state, he is scouting out. He's looking, checking. Is he on this gold? Is he on this gold? I think what he's going to check next, is he on a market? We got to see, where is he getting his gold income from? Because if he's just trading for that gold, he's going to run out of other resources soon. It's less efficient. We got a bigger army from AC, and here we see the movement. Everything's starting to converge. Looks like he's going to do a big push right down the middle of Oasis. Love to see this. Just leave one raiding cavalry there. I do like that. Make sure they're not on that gold, because right now, Recon's in big trouble. It's right over with him. What's he working with? Market definitely being used. We're getting Quarry? Why are we getting Quarry, Recon? You have no gold mines. What are you going to do with Quarry? Lumberjack, I like. We're getting some additional armory upgrades with the gold, but where are you getting your gold? This is the challenge. He's got to be just trading to get his gold, which means for RecoN here, you're pretty heavily relying on myth units. He's going to have to use that favor because that's the only units you can get out that do not cost gold. I believe the Chimera is food, if I'm correct. I'll have to check on that. Let's check really quick, actually, while this is going. What does the Chimera cost? Food, yes. Food and favors. So that's really your only choice for units right now, which is why we see so much on favor. But this whole time, you've just got to be wondering, where is AC's army and when is it about to absolutely massacre your base? And here it is, tearing down the front gates, army mobilizing. We don't have any god powers expected to be used unless AC picked up that relic right out there. He could recast Frost right now, but we do have the engage coming in. Chimera doing pretty good damage with the fire there. No hero units nearby, except for these 2 Hersir, 3 Hersir, and they're going down quickly from the Toxotos. So just testing them out. We do have the first Ballista coming out. These Chimera holding the line, but we have that Hill Fort out in the back line. So if we take this fight here, I don't know about this fight, RecoN. I think he might just be saying, I feel like this is over. We got to push out somewhere or else we're not going to get anything. Chimera, really good damage. Look at those special attacks shredding the front line. And now we're just down to throwing axemen and actually pretty good hold. But if we look at AC's base here, we've got this completely secured. We've got the Hill Fort out. We've got this completely secure. We got wall, town center, Hill Fort to back it up further down. The only way out is here, and look at that AC getting the walls up. He did miss a little wall there, but we're not too worried about that. So great from AC using the Norse military. Get that infrastructure up. Get your opponent locked in. We've got a regular monkey. Where are you going? We got an adventure. Where are you going, monkey? This isn't a relic monkey. This is just a monkey. He's just living his best life. We got a whole bunch of them running around. They're really freaking out. I guess they got separated somehow. Did this guy just do a whole lap? Anyways, let's get back to the fight. So we do have the Ballista taking out the towers. That's going to go down pretty easily there. Not a lot that RecoN's going to be able to do that outside of pulling a bunch of Toxotos to take this down, in which case, if the Ballista changed targets, it could do some pretty significant damage to those Toxotos. So we see why he's not doing that. Another Ballista coming out here. Big army. We're close to pop capped here for AC, not close to pop cap for RecoN. And with the extra TCs, we've got a 4-2 gap here. That extra population is going to be pretty big. We've got the militia. That's really the only thing that I'm seeing that could keep RecoN alive in a big siege. You know, you take down this granary, we get 2 more militia. He does get those free units. Let's check out the militia's stats. Not super strong, 8.5 attack, decent move speed, decent armor. So armor improvements, I believe, do affect militia. And we're right in on the TC. What are you going to do to this, RecoN? Where is RecoN's army? Let's take a look. RecoN? Oh, he's giving up his base. He's pushing out for the gold. RecoN, this wall here that was missed. It looks like they broke through the wall anyways, but bringing the whole army out to gold here, try to get a fortress up. He needs this gold or the game's over, but look at the base. Oh, we're going to get so many villagers dead, so much idle time. I wish I could split screen here and see the different action, but I just don't see enough units here to take this out. Look at the TC, look at the Hill Fort, Fortress coming up. We got villagers doing nothing. This is not looking good for RecoN. His base is an absolute shambles. At this point, if I'm AC, I'm just right-clicking all of my units into the base. Do we even really need to defend this that much? It looks like with the towers up, this is going to take a while to go down. Just some Chimera, get some Hersir out, take out the Chimera. The Fortress isn't going to be too big of a deal. Let's see if he brought his whole army over. Not the whole army, getting some Jarl out at this point to get that tank front line. And it looks like this gold, great attempt from RecoN to secure this gold, but I just don't know that it's going to be enough. He did defend out his base, so at this point, no more AC units inside of his base, and this game is still going. Got a little bit of a gold, got the villagers in the fortress, but that's it. And we're already out of gold again, so not a ton gained. Chimera lost. You do need to pull these at this point. We could heal these up with the Temple of Healing, but we're going to lose some Chimera. They're trying to get out of here. Polyamphus certainly going to go down. He's way too slow to get out of this. Chimera going to be pulling back, and we're back on the siege at the front of the base. Double Hill Fort. This is going to be hard to push through. I would just like to see this final push coming out from AC. He's got total map control. Do we have a trade route? We've got a trade route going. Love to see that. Where's he trading? To this town center? Yeah, we can go a bit further there if we wanted. We can go to this town center, but it's a bit safer like that. AC just pushing him out. This is looking really difficult. And I'll tell you something that's starting to scare me. Oh, never mind, I won't. What was starting to scare me was that we're almost up to enough favor to get Fimbulwinter out again. But it looks like RecoN just realizes if he can't get that gold mine, he's got no options. You know, the Chimera spam with Chimera Tyrants, very smart considering you are out of gold, and these are units you can get out without spending gold. But at the end of the day, just amazing map control by AC, and we've got a big upset here, defeating rank 1. I love the way he used the Oasis trees to just build a couple different quadrants on the map, lock in Recon completely, and you can see what happens in this game. When you run out of gold, it's over. There's nothing else you can do in this game. You can't produce any military units outside of myth units or occasionally heroes, depending on your civ. So really just great work from AC here. Love this wall setup. Just lock him in, make sure he can't get out the top, make sure he can't get out the middle, almost make sure he can't get out the bot. And that was Recon's only play, was to push out to the bot, trying to secure this gold, but only 1,500 gold taken out of there. Infrastructure around the area. So really clinical, well played game from AC. Amazing players that we got to watch here. These are really two great players. I hope we get another matchup with these two. I'd love to do another cast of these two. Really excited game. So thank you everyone for watching. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.